Welcome to Off the Post, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Off the Post. How are we going?
Not bad yourself, Astray.
Good, mate. Good. Anthony?
Not bad. Not bad. Just chilling out for the day. So hopefully it's going to be a good pod today. And let's see if Connor can get myself another good clipped video of me this week.
Hey, SJ, remember who's making the FA Cup final? It's going to be Arsenal versus Southampton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, please.
We
I
will
already
be there.
I already had Mishka said that I disappointed him, so that's besides the point.
We had that last time. So, guys, thank you very much for jumping in. A little bit of a change of room. So we'll get straight into it. How did we feel that this week went?
Fantastic.
Yeah, well, you would say that, yeah. But I think we all say that, really, which is really good.
I'm not sure it's the first time that all three of our teams have won on the same weekend. It feels like it's been a while.
Great success.
Great success all around.
Great success.
We've gone away from the football shirts. Like that rule has literally just gone out the window. I'm the only one that's keeping that above.
I could, but you know.
Yeah, well, you can put your Man United shirt on, mate. Like, come on, like, there's no harm in that.
I have three. Which would I choose from? I have black. I have white. I have red.
I got two. Which one do I want?
There you go. Put one on. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for jumping in as always. Let's go over. Well, let's just talk about the Premier League itself. We'll start with you, Connor. Without going over too much detail on obviously each team, but just talk about how do you think the Premier League's coming. I think it was match week number 31 or 30, I think it was. 30. And then we're skipping to 32 because 31's already been played, as it was the game in hand between Arsenal and Wolves. But talk to me about this week.
Worst game week in the history of boringness. Like the amount of nils and the 1-1s and oh god, I stayed up to watch some of them. It was just painful. Like it's the one week I can stay up to watch them. It was just painful. Like it was. I think I almost fell asleep through 4 matches because it was just that boring. There was nothing happening.
Yeah, I do agree. Actually, I'm just turning my phone off so I don't get any disruptions.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bloody draws.
So a few 0-0s, wasn't there? A few goalless.
How many games get played in a week? 5, 6, 11. So more than half the games ended up in draws.
Yeah.
That's not great.
Sorry, hang on. There we go. Okay, cool. No disruptions on my phone. What about you, Com? Annie, how'd you feel?
It's just the same as Webby. It was a bit of a dull,
Yeah.
crap, boring. Like, if the Wolves-Brentford game was the more entertaining game of the weekend, then something must have gone horribly wrong with the rest of the games. Like,
Oh, it was not great.
like
Yeah.
Liverpool-Tottenham was just crap. Even our game was just crap apart from the goal.
Hey, maybe speak for yourselves. My game was actually quite entertaining.
A bit chaotic, but we'll go into it. All right, well, let's smash out the first game of the week. Obviously, not too much to talk about in some of them because they were 0-0. But Burnley and Bournemouth. Obviously, Burnley lost against Everton. And they are still sitting with 20 points, 9 points behind West Ham at the moment. Since the 18-20, only 3 points adrift of Wolves. How do we feel? Do we feel that Burnley are down? Do we obviously 7 games to go?
I think so. It's Burnley. You know, I hate to say it, Burnley is one of the most boring teams I think in all of football. Like they go back down, they come back up. They go back down, they come back up. They're not good enough to be in the Prem, but they're too good to be in the bloody Championship. They need their own division. Like, what have we got? The Premier Championship. Like, just chuck them in their own league. Just leave them there forever. They're never going to improve.
They sort of seem to have a different manager every time they go up as well.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Go over to you, Com. Bournemouth. Seriously, what's going on with all these draws at the moment? That's 4 on the bounce.
And 14 for the whole season.
Yeah.
Are Bournemouth the most boring team to watch? Or it reminds me of Mourinho's Chelsea, but they're not winning. That's what it reminds me. But again, I want to talk about these two. 36 shots were combined by both sides. 4 of them were on target, so 1 in every 9 were on target.
Right. That's
Like, do you
shocking.
really expect to score goals if you're only hitting 1 shot every 9 on target? No.
Not really.
No.
Not really. But they're still sitting in a good spot, 10th spot at the moment. 41
now.
points.
Let's
Yeah,
just
for
say
now. 41 points jointly with Fulham. And obviously you've got Brighton and Sunderland on 40, and then obviously Crystal Palace on 39. So they've still got a massive opportunity to even go into 8th. You know, they're only 3 points drift of
I think I might be the only
eighth
person
position.
to have a very, very, very big opinion on this. And I think that everyone can agree in some swim though, that is Bournemouth have had the worst season. Like, I think it was 4 or 5 weeks ago, we were praising them for how well they were doing because they're up there. And now they've come down to 10th. Like, what the hell's happening? The bloody wheels are falling off the car.
Yeah, it was the same with Crystal Palace, wasn't it? At the beginning of the season,
Oh.
they started off very, very well, and then obviously made a few changes. Lost Eze, lost Mark Guy as well. So yeah, things can change very, very quickly. In regarding obviously the results, fixtures coming up. Bournemouth playing at home against Man United. We saw the game last time. Was a very, very close game, and Burnley away at Fulham. How do we see these two teams going in the next game?
Not great for them. Not great.
I
Hard
can see Bournemouth picking a point, but Burnley not really.
Burnley,
Okay.
I don't see either getting any points this whole rest of the season. Well, not the rest of the season, but at least this game week.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's move on. Sunderland, another loss at home. Very
They'll get there.
unfortunate.
Trust the process. Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Is it just me who wants to see Sunderland do well? Like, I want to see them just pull it off and just come home strong.
Yeah, but the form, three losses, 1 draw, 1 win, 40 points. Same on Brighton at the moment. Very similar form. Obviously, Brighton have won 3 games, or 2 games more than Sunderland. But another game loss at home. Like we'll go to you, Com. How do you feel about that? Obviously, Brighton. I think Sunderland actually went 1-0 up and it was disallowed, I think. And then obviously Brighton, they scored a very weird goal. It was from a very, very tight angle. Minte just managed to put it in. So very, very unusual goal to concede. But obviously Sunderland going into next game, they've got Newcastle at home. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. But yeah, how do you feel, Anthony, about Sunderland?
I feel like Sunderland played well. Like they just really just could not score, and Brian just got the 1 goal, and really that was it. It was the tightest of angles I could have ever seen in my life. But like Sunderland had more shots. They had not majority of possession, but like in this last maybe 15, they had the most of the possession. But that was like them chasing the game. So it's Sunderland got the 40 points. That's pretty much more than guarantee of them staying up. That's guaranteed them now. Obviously they got us next week. So Timeware Derby.
Isn't that a derby? Yeah, it's a derby. You got the derby.
Yeah, Timeware Derby. So hopefully this weekend, hopefully Eddie Howe is saying to Voltemar to stay out of the Sunderland penalty box.
I heard Voltemar I heard him say to Eddie that he wants to go back to the box. I think he's loving it in there.
Oh, come on, Webby, come on. No,
I just love an underdog.
Derbies are never easy. Derbies are never easy. No,
definitely not.
Nothing else. So they're gonna make it hard. They're gonna make it tough. And we saw it in the reverse fixture. Like if we don't turn up, they'll win. They will just win. So this week is going to be where it's going to be heads down. We need to be able to get a result against these boys and actually turn up, like we did in our next game against Chelsea. Like what we did against Chelsea, we actually turned up.
Yep. Okay, cool. What about Brighton? Connor, how do you feel about Brighton?
Brighton is Brighton. They're an unusual team. I'll admit that because one season they'll have a cracker of a season, get European football, and then the next season they'll do what they're doing now, and they'll just have an absolute stinker, and they'll just be a mid-table team, and then next season they'll come back up again. Like they'll do well. I don't think it's going their way. Like, I think it's just been a rough season. I think they'll want to end the season right now and just, go into the summer break, have some time off, resettle.
Mhm.
Like they're coming home stronger. Like they got the 1-0 over Sunderland. Yes, no offense, I like Sunderland, but it's Sunderland. They're still there's going to be the basics of a championship team for a while. I feel like, like they got Wolves and Sunderland. Like, was it Wolves? No, it was Brentford and Nottingham. Like they're not blow your socks off amazing teams. Like two of those teams right now, Nottingham and Sunderland are both below them. So those are the games that you have to go and win.
Mhm.
I think Sunderland this season, I think that they've done everything they can. I think next season, a bit more money, a bit more Premier League money, they'll be able to go buy some better players. And I don't think that Sunderland will be going back down if they do for a very, very long time now. I think that they'll assert themselves back in the Premier League.
Okay. Brian going up against Liverpool at home at the Amex.
Liverpool will get that.
Always a good game. Always a good game between these two teams. So it'll be very interesting to see how they go. So yeah, we'll move on. All right, we'll go straight to you, Anthony. Obviously, Newcastle's last game was obviously a very, very good win over United at the end. They then come back and then they've got another one on the bats against Chelsea, who just didn't seem to have any idea of what they were doing, putting the ball in the net in the end. How do you feel about that result? Because it was a very scrappy goal, to be honest with you, when it really, it's just a tap in. But tap in is tap in, 3 points is 3 points. So how do you feel in that game, especially away as well? Going at home.
It was a demolition from Chelsea. Like, I'm surprised we got out of there with 3 points. I wouldn't have even been surprised if we came out with one. Like 21 shots to 67% possession. Like, Chelsea destroyed us throughout the entire game, and we just held strong in that defense. And that's what we've been struggling with this season, is the defending. But freaking hell, we feel like we played today. But in that game, we showed what it was like last season, where we actually know how to properly defend. We've had that wonderful system where you're able to have that back four, back five. I'm not sure if you play the back four or back five. He played back four. But then you had Ramsey and Willock also playing as the two DMs. And it was able to have that man behind the ball where we can actually be able to actually throw it up to Murphy and Barnes, and they caused Chelsea a bit of problems, but it wasn't really that much. And then, the goal was just incredibly scrappy, but 3 points is 3 points. It keeps us in that European race where we have absolutely no right being in the way we've been playing this season, but we keep ourselves in that race, and it's... Is it alarm bells for Chelsea? Not really.
Yes.
Especially,
it's Chelsea.
It is Chelsea after all.
3 points. 3 points adrift of Brentford.
They got found guilty today as well, fellas. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, they got found guilty. Yeah,
City,
but that'll be problems next season. Don't worry about this season. But
yeah, that's true.
3 points away from Brentford. How do you feel about that?
I wish it was only 2 points. But Wolves couldn't grab that winner. So, but it does. We just need to be consistent now. And now we've got the Champions League second leg coming up, and then we just need to put in another good performance, and then we've got the derby. So that derby is going to be huge. It's going to be huge for our Champions League, Europa League hopes. Because then we've got Palace away and Bournemouth at home. And then we go to a tough run at the end of the season, including going to you guys away from home.
What about the news dropped today that Tonali's missing 2 matches?
Unlucky.
That's a big blow. It is a big blow because he does have that leadership. I'm not sure when Bruno's coming back. I don't know who he is.
The fake Bruno. Oh yeah, that's right. My bad.
Because I'm not sure when he's coming back, but hopefully it's not going to be as big of a detrimental blow as I'm thinking it's going to be. But who knows? Who knows when it comes to it? I'm happy that we're starting to get a fit Joelinton. A fit Joelinton is a happy Joelinton. Like,
Yeah,
he's a fantastic player and probably one of the more improved Newcastle players I've seen over the last couple of years, because Joelinton was a joke when he came in. And then now he's turned into a very good box-to-box midfielder who's able to, like, start up play. So, a fit Joelinton is a happy Joelinton and a happy Newcastle dressing room. And we need that if we want to make Europe.
Okay.
And it starts with the derby on Sunday.
Yeah, big game. Big game. Big game for both teams, actually, for Sunderland and for Newcastle's form at the moment. We'll talk a little bit about the Champions League as well later on. But obviously a point behind Everton and obviously 3 points behind Brentford. So Newcastle's will have a massive opportunity of Brentford. Over to you, Connor. Chelsea, big points lost in the last.
Great success for us.
Wow.
Great success.
Fantastic week last week for them against Villa. Obviously a 4-1 win away. And then this week, obviously at home, going in basically the same situation as Tottenham, can't win at home. They're on a form at the moment, which is, 2
Horrendous.
draws, a loss, a win, a loss, 48 points, slowly losing that Champions League spot, obviously to Liverpool now, who are 1 point in front of them. It's still there, but Chelsea going into their next game, which is Everton, which we'll talk about as well.
Where's Everton? Where is Everton? Are they away or at home?
It's at home.
Then they've lost. They've lost then. So one of my teachers, Everton fan, he always taught me that if Everton are away, they've got half a chance. If they're at home, they've got no chance at all. They crap at home. They can't win at home. So that's probably lucky 3 points for Chelsea, I'm going to say.
How do you feel about Chelsea at the moment?
I think they're sliding down a slippery slope here, and I definitely don't think they're fighting for Champions League anymore. I think they're fighting for Europe, and I think that if they're not careful, we could end up either seeing them not in Europe, or we could see them versing Wi-Fi passwords again, which would be quite entertaining for the older Wi-Fi password fans. They could be going off to somewhere, where's Crystal Palace right now? In AK Athens in Greece. They could be going to Egypt the next week. They'll have to wait and see.
Obviously, 2 games coming out, Everton and City. Obviously, looking at that is at home as well. So they've got 1 away, 1 at home.
Port Vale, hard game. We will be there for that.
But they'll be in the FA Cup. How do you feel? Do you feel that they can bounce back? And then they've also got the Champions League.
No, they're done. Look, they got Everton, so maybe 3 points. But then they got City where they're not getting anything. Then they've got us where they're not going to get anything. Brighton away is a difficult match. They're probably not going to get anything from that. Maybe against Forest, you're at 6 points at most. I don't think they're going to get much more out of the season.
Surprise. I think Man City will be a tough game.
I think at most they'll reach 55 points at most.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I'll let you guys go on to the next one because it's Arsenal versus Everton. Far away. Yeah, you would say that. Yeah, far away. If you've got any questions.
I watched it. Sadly, quite a boring match to be honest. The only things that happened were in like the last 9 minutes. Had to sit there for the whole. Had to watch a whole Arsenal game. Yeah, that was painful. That was painful. Literally, especially when for the first 20 minutes I was like, this could go either way. Everton had a few chances, and then I had to suffer through 70 minutes of Arsenal dominance, which was just boring and painful. And then to make it even worse, at the very, very end. Arsenal get 2 goals at it. Like, seriously. Come on. It's just painful. Like, I thought Barry was going to score one past you, at least one, surely. But do you know who has not been a great investment is Drewsbury Hall? He hasn't really shone as much as he could have, I don't think. I think Everton, though, I think they could be the shock to get European football, maybe a Conference League at least this season still. I don't think they're done yet.
No, David Moyes seems to have them quite up and running at the moment, and don't get me wrong, the game was it's not been the best the last few games of Arsenal at the moment, but Everton did give it a go. Dwight McNeil hit the post, which was a fantastic strike, and then obviously the block from Calaflori, which was pretty outstanding. So what about you, Anthony?
Just the same as Webby. It was like I actually sat down and did watch this game as well. It was just boring until the 89th minute when Arsenal scored the winner. Like the first of the winners, and then Max Dahlman.
He's overrated as fucking my opinion. He's so overrated. And you have all these Arsenal fans going, "Oh my god, he's the next best player." He's 16. Give him. I don't think he's got it in him. He might be getting a bit lucky here and there right now, but I don't think he's got it. He's not going to be the next Palmer. Everyone said the same thing about Garnacho. Look where he's turned out. He's become a fraud. Nobody cares about him. Like, I don't see it. I don't see what the hype's about. I just don't. I can't.
Didn't Alneri had the similar experience at Arsenal, and then now he's just playing in
He's
France?
Yeah.
on loan, yeah.
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 So who knows?
We're
But
seeing a pattern
nah.
form.
What's your opinion?
What was it? Maybe?
Oh, so that's Connor's opinion. We'll wait.
Right.
We'll
Hey,
continue.
you know who you got to keep an eye on? JJ Gabriel. Remember the name, ladies and gentlemen.
JJ Gabriel.
He
Does
is
play
coming
for
up.
Man United.
Yes, and he is in
Yeah,
the
of course he has.
he's in the Premier League too, and he got a
Your
four
team,
goals.
your
Four
team's
goals
not
in
up
one game.
yet.
That's our
Hold
only
your
thing.
fire.
4 goals.
You
Yeah,
talk,
it's not up yet.
We need to start
That
off the
seems like
post
it.
Premier League 2. We need that's what we need to
Premier
bring
League
because
2.
the Premier League 2 is going great for me. Okay, that's a great day for me. Along
No,
with the under 18s.
The under 20, the under 18s, for us, we just lost 5-0 to freaking Blackburn. But who cares? But Everton, Moisey knows how to
He's
get
cooking.
a good team or a solid team to work. We seen it now at Everton. The reason why he failed at Sociedad or Man United or Sunderland, it was just because the players he had were, apart from Man United, but that was besides the point. He just did not have the players to work with him. If you get a good graft of players, he's like a Sean Dyche. He can get shit players and turn them into freaking anything.
Tell me this. Tell me that West Ham are not absolutely right now crying that they sacked him after he won them a trophy, because look where they are now. They're not doing much better.
Because if you look at that Everton team, that is a bang average.
That is not a great team. Like, seriously, come on.
Bang average.
You got Barry and Beto and Drewsbury Hall, for God's sake. You got Ghana.
Drewsbury Hall came from a relegated Leicester team. He couldn't give a stuff.
Bro, he was playing for Chelsea, for God's sake. Like, bro's probably like, I don't know.
But
Even
then-
Tyreek George, bro. What's with Everton buying Chelsea players? Tyreek George, Drewsbury Hall. What's going on here?
Any questions, Com, regarding to me? Obviously, I'm an
Can we
Arsenal
see
fan, so-
Arsenal play entertaining football, please?
Yes.
Your name's not Com.
I think he agrees, though. I think he agrees.
It's the same thing. Can we see? I understand you're gonna win. Like, if you're gonna win the league, it's gonna be like, yeah, well done. But it's
boring.
It's
1-0,
like
2-0,
it's
1-0,
like-
2-0.
Like the difference between, and I'm not comparing you to the 2016 Leicester team, because I'm not comparing you to that. But what made it fun about that Leicester team is like, yes, they got that 1-0, 2-0, 1-0, all that type of stuff. But they were like great wins. It's like 0-0 for you guys for
Yeah,
like
it's
70,
Leicester,
80
like,
minutes, and then
you
2
shouldn't expect
goals
them.
in like fucking 10 minutes. It's like boring to watch. It's like, forget Arteta ball. It feels like I'm watching Simeone football. It's boring. It's dark arts. It's boring football. And Champions League, we don't know what's going to go on. Champions League, but
is
you play
peak,
more
bro.
fun. You play more fun. You play with more freedom. It feels like in the Champions League.
It's a different tournament.
Then you see in the
Don't
Premier
be
League.
scared. Like, look
I've
what you
seen-
did to Tottenham. Like, when you're not scared, you play fun football. Like,
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but like I've said so many times in the last few weeks, it's the pressure. It's the pressure cooker. You can't play great football every week because the teams that you're playing against don't allow you to do it. They do a low block. They put 11 men behind the ball.
that's what's going to happen for the rest of the season. You got Arsenal. You're chucking 11 men behind the ball, and you're holding them out.
Yeah, you can't, and that's the thing is that we love to see that, you know, that lovely pass and like Barcelona, that triangle passing, and that day's gone. That day's gone. At the end of the day, you got to win in any way. And people said to me, there was a few comments on X the other day on Twitter saying, "Oh, what happens if Arsenal didn't take away corners and set pieces?" I'm like, what are you talking about?
Set piece
It's part of the game.
Let's go.
Set pieces is part of the game, and unfortunately, the only best team in the world at set pieces is Arsenal at the moment, currently.
There is one close. There's one close one. You know?
What, Leverkusen?
No, get out of here, bro. Leverkusen did well to hold Arsenal to 0 corners. I will give them that.
I get what you're saying, yeah, about obviously boring football and stuff, but at the end of the day, like you said, your game against Chelsea, 1-0, it's 3 points.
Get excited,
At the
guys.
end of the
Get
day,
excited.
Everton Jordan Pickford decided to come up. They decided to try and go for an equaliser, and they were caught on the break. And it was a great goal, like from a young.
Wait. Oh, SJ's got. We're running the show. Let's go. Come on. So, Con, what do you want to talk about this week? Do you want to go to the Championship, League One, League Two? What do we want to? Oh, yeah, he's back. Oh.
I'm back. Sorry. You've then got another team like Leverkusen, who it's going to be a tough game. It's not going to be an easy game. And then we're going away. I think obviously our next game's against City in the Carabao, and it'll be counter attack. So each team is playing different football. If you've got the top 5 teams, you're going to have counter attacks. Both teams are going to counter. They're not going to go on the break. They're not going to sit back. They're not going to sit back. But then when you play the teams like the Burnleys, the Evertons, the Bournemouths, I don't know, other teams, they're going to play 11 men behind the ball, and you've got to break them down. And if you can't break them down in the first half, it goes into a 0-0. Then you got to try and work out, right, how can you change things up? You bring on squad depth. You bring on 5 different subs that change it. You change a striker for a striker, a winger for a winger, a midfielder for a midfielder, a defender for a defender, and you try and break them down. And yes, the game against Everton was 0-0 for most of the game until obviously the mistake, but that just took a little bit of magic for that to happen, and that was a great ball in from Dalman. Pickford knocked it on, hit onto Incapi, and Gyökeres was there when he needed to be. And then at the end, obviously with the goal, they pushed everyone forward. So the ball could have bounced, Raya could have catched it, Pickford could have been down, and we would have won 1-0. But it wasn't. They pushed everyone forward. We got them on the break. Great bit of skill by Dalman, and no one could catch him. He still had the pressure with the defender in front to beat. He could have played a simple ball to Martinelli, and Martinelli could have run it in, but he didn't. And I think that's what I'm hearing at the moment. And it's like, it's dark arts, it's this, it's that. It's like, well, at the end of the day, you've got to win however you can, within reason, within corners, set pieces, or great football. We're going into City in a couple of weeks. You're telling me that's not going to be a highlight game? That might be boring because both teams may not want to concede. That they'll try and see how each other are playing, and then they'll look for a counter. We know how Haaland is good on the edge of his in our half when he runs with the ball. We know that Arsenal are going to be quite threatening on the wings against City because they don't have the defenders. Gyökeres, is he going to keep quite quiet? Probably.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, it could be one set piece goal that wins each team the game. We know that Man City are going to be strong in Rodri and Haaland and Cherki, and Semio as well. But Arsenal is just as strong with Saka on the wing and Martinelli, and you've got Rice in the middle that controls that midfield. So it's going to be a very, very tough game. And I think it's down to what opponent you're playing at. If they want to sit back and let you have the ball, we know that Arsenal can ping it around and pass it and do all that crap, But then when you're playing on a low block, Arsenal don't like it. So they need to try and work out a way to win the game. And I think that is what it is about. And yes, that is boring football. But you're not going to have great football every week. The players don't have it in them. These guys are playing 3 games. Well,
can't relate.
Well, that's what I mean. If you're in another tournament, you've got the Premier League, the FA Cup, Champions League in the space of a week. You've got that we just played Everton. You've got the
Tomorrow.
Champions League, and then we've got the Carabao Cup. And that's a lot. That's a lot of pressure as well. So
no, this is what they said though during the Man United match. One of the commentators said the amazing thing with modern day football is if they're not playing enough matches, they're not doing well enough. But then if they're doing well, they're playing about 3 matches within 4 days, possibly sometimes. It's craziness.
It is crazy. And you think that you're going to get perfect football in each of those games? No, not at all. Because it's how the team goes up in a lineup. So for me personally, I was a bit disappointed. I thought that we could have played a little bit better. I think we could have, there was a few opportunities. There was a lot of long shots. Eze had a few pops and stuff, and we did what we needed to do. It was going to be. They're always a tough team to play against. Moisey knows what to do with that Everton side, and they had a few opportunities, but we were clinical. We put the ball in the net. That's it. What Moyes said in his press conference, they did put the ball in the goal. So, and if you don't put the ball in the goal, the other team's gonna you know, be more clinical. I'm chuffed. Going into that game, a lot of pressure. Arsenal playing first, and then obviously City playing next.
I think we can skip the City game and the Leeds and Palace game because they were both boring as anything. Holy dooly.
Yeah, West Ham only had one shot for the whole game and it went
I'm
in.
telling you,
Yep.
I watched some of that Crystal Palace and Leeds match because nothing happened in our first half. Their first half was just as boring, like 0-0. To finish 0-0 in 2026 is crazy. Like that is just.
It's
We'll,
it was
we'll
that
skip. We'll skip
they
that.
had not as many highlights. I was seeing it on my social media. They were like, how many headers did it happen in that one box?
Mm.
It was like freaking playing floor is lava with the ball. That's how boring the whole game was.
It's shocking.
We'll
Both
skip.
of them.
We'll skip the
News.
0-0 Crystal Palace and Leeds. Obviously, it's just a point each. Leeds obviously get a little bit further up through the table, which is really good for them. So they'll be happy. Obviously, 2 points adrift of Spurs now, so that they're in a good position. We'll talk a little bit about the West Ham Man City game. What did you think? Like, did you think? Because I've said this, and I said this weeks and weeks back. There's twists, and there's been twists. City
robbed.
City now have 2 draws on the bats.
Yeah, they got
Like,
robbed that
is the
match.
pressure getting to them? Were they not clinical enough? Should they have won the game? Were West Ham very good? Like, Connor, what's your thoughts?
I think that first of all, the bubbles have to be banned. Poor City players getting bubbles in their eyes. It causes lots of strain on the eyes. It's just
Man United
it's not very
fan,
it's not very
Fucking-
safe.
Oh my god!
Defending City?
We have a thing where when Arsenal is going to possibly win a title, everyone cheers together with everyone. Okay, that's what has to happen here. Everyone has to stand up for each other. So yes, basically City got robbed. You heard it from the United fan here first. Man City got robbed. Stop blowing bubbles first of all, and then City would put 2 past you, bang easily. I don't know what Haaland was doing. Was he AFK? Was he playing? Like, don't know where he was. Semenyo AFK as well. He wasn't even on the. What's our new one? Away from field. So AFF. He was AFF. He wasn't even there. I don't know where he was. And basically had a bunch of kids and old dudes running around and running the whole pitch.
Do you feel the pressure's getting to City?
No, I just don't think they're trying really. Like that performance looked pretty shit. That looked pretty piss poor. That was almost like a replay of Real Madrid. Like they played like they did against Real Madrid, which was bang average, maybe even a bit below par, and they just came up and played that exact same way again, and it just didn't work.
Do you think it's over?
No. I think that if City go and beat Arsenal, then it's game on. Then you're going to have a very, very interesting title race.
What about you, Com? City have played 2 relegated teams in the relegation zone, and I've said to you all the way along that you play these teams at this point of the season. They're tough. They're not easy. They put 11 men behind the ball. They've got point to prove. West Ham want to stay in it. Nottingham Forest want to stay in it. So, like, how do you feel for that game?
Like what we said, like City just played so under par. It was an unlike
Were they
City
playing?
under par. Like it was that ball. It was literally a possession for City when it came to like possession, shots, everything else. But they just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. In 2026, if you have 1 shot for the whole game, you should not be drawing a football game. I am sorry. I'm sorry. You had 29% possession. I think at one point it was like 85-15. It was that much of a dominance from City. But again, West Ham was clinical without 1 shot and took the point. It was like a FIFA game. Like one team's having shot to shot to shot to shot.
We got
shot.
FC 26 out here. FC at 26.
Yeah, like it's like that. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But only wish that Liverpool actually turned up and actually beaten Tottenham. We could have been speaking about Tottenham being in a relegation zone, but no, Liverpool decided to draw.
This should be draw week because Forest, Fulham 0-0, Liverpool, Tottenham 1-1, Brentford, Wolves 2-2. Like, come on, seriously.
Well, Wolves came back from 2-0 down.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I'll give them that.
City got Palace at home next.
In theory, if they're at home, they should win that. In theory, but
Palace do play well against City away from home for some god awful reason.
I guess we'll see.
Do you think it's done?
No.
Tom?
No.
Tom will agree with me on this. It's not done,
No.
is it? No.
As soon as it's mathematically done, it is
Hey.
never done.
Even United have a 0.0001% chance of winning the title still.
You
Out
have
of
no
10,000
chance,
simulations, there's
No,
one.
no, no,
It's
no,
gonna
no.
You're
happen.
19 points behind us, bro.
Trust the
No.
process. And trust
No,
the
no, no,
process.
no, no, no.
Not
Wait,
happening.
if that happens, then
Not happening.
forget about the Arsenal
Like,
bottlers.
you're not
You
you're
need
not
the
even
Arsenal
like
late.
you're not even in the fucking running,
Bro,
mate. Like
I just
seriously,
imagine
there's
that.
there's no
That would be
conversation.
amazing. A last
There's
day,
no
like
conversation.
match day
Like,
38, United, Arsenal, City would be a
it's just
mad,
like
mad
saying
photo.
Tottenham have got a chance, mate. They're like
Bro,
42
Tottenham is
points
still.
behind.
Tottenham,
no
Tottenham,
chance.
Tottenham are closer to playing freaking Bradford City
Yeah.
away than winning the
Yeah.
Premier League.
So you're still saying no?
Yeah, City got a chance.
It's
It's not over yet.
still okay. Cool.
I
City
said
got a game
until
in
it's
hand as well.
mathematically done, it is still on.
Yes, you're
Do you
9 points, but you got the City of the game in hand,
Yeah.
which will get it down to 6.
Do you think that when obviously just the last thing before we go into the next game, do you think what Pep, because Pep did say they need to win, that they needed to win the game, they didn't win the game, they didn't lose the game, that obviously Arsenal have now pushed to 9 points. Do you think Pep knows that it's going to be a tough ask now, or is he still
Yes.
looking at that situation going, we still have to play them?
I think that he thinks that he still have to play him because I think that he knows that he has the game in hand and that he plays you guys. So get that down to 6. If he beats you guys, that's 3 points. Anything can happen from there.
Do you think currently, and being honest, with the form that they're in, do you think when they play Arsenal that they will win, they've got a real good shot of winning the game, or do you think they're going to struggle?
I think they do have a good shot only because it's City and they'll know what's at stake and they'll want to play and they'll want to win that match with everything that they have. That's their last throw at the dice. If they don't win that, then it's done.
What about you, Connor? Sorry, Anthony.
No, we
Sorry.
got names.
Yes, same as Connor. It's going to be their last roll of the dice. They're going to have to bet and gamble their way to 3 points, and then who knows what's this season's going to lie. Because I've seen collapses before, and again, if Arsenal lose that game, it could trigger maybe a little bit of an end of season wobble. City can go on and win like 7 games in a row and win the title. Like something that could happen, but it's highly unlikely. Like I said a couple of times before, this is Arsenal's title to lose. If you lose this title, I'm not sure that the pain of finishing second for the 4th straight year is going to take a toll on your fans, your players, your staff, and even your coach.
I think for me, the only team now fixture that worries me moving forward is Newcastle. That's it.
What
Newcastle at home.
Yeah. I think that's a 75% chance we win that game. Personally. I think at the moment, from what I've seen, and I've seen City's fixtures coming up, and I've seen that they've played 2 relegation teams and they've dropped both points in both games. They should have won against Forest and should have beat West Ham. They're playing Crystal Palace. They're playing Chelsea. Chelsea's not going to be an easy game. You know, they're going to be
Which
fighting.
Chelsea are we talking about, though? Again,
No, but you look at that game and you're going to be looking at which situation Chelsea will be in. And if they're fighting for Champions League, they're going to be going for it. They're not going to want to miss out on that. That's going to put pressure on City. You then got City or Arsenal who play first. Arsenal could be 12 points in front before even City even play. Or 13. No, 12. Yeah, 12. So that's pressure in itself. And me as a fan, I'm watching my team. I can't see them dropping many points. I can't. If we lose against City, we still got a 4-point cushion. And I just, if you look at the teams and you look at the fixtures, where do you see Arsenal dropping points? Because I don't. Personally, that's my opinion. And then you look at City, and I see them dropping points of how they're playing. I see Brentford will give them a go. I see Villa will give them a go. Bournemouth could give them a go, and Chelsea will give them a go, and I think they'll get results everywhere else.
Bournemouth. I'm just checking Arsenal's fixtures coming in. City. You got City, Bournemouth, Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, Palace.
Yeah.
Even West Ham can give you a run for your money. because they'll be fighting to stay up.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one. But how many of those games at home?
Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the last 7.
And how many games have Arsenal lost this season at home?
Well, if Bayern Munich kind of beat you guys at home, then no one else can.
And how many games have Arsenal lost in all competitions?
Is it 3?
There you go. So I can't see it.
Yeah.
And you're on
Great.
mute. You're on mute.
You're on mute.
One of them. Let's go, United, baby.
So
At
yeah,
home.
that's like the West Ham game. I would have probably had a bit of a different conversation, but just dropping too many points and now pushing it to 9, I think it's going to be a tough ask for City. They're going to have to pull something out of the bag, and obviously with Real Madrid, which we'll talk about very soon. I can't see it. I really can't. So, but let's go over to you. You bloody pain in the backside.
Wait, top 3, let's go.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Obviously,
Gang.
a very chaotic game, though. You've got to admit, like Villa had chances, Man United had chances,
But we came home strong.
Yeah,
Like,
and
holy.
Sesko again. Like,
I'm telling
very,
you,
very
it's
good
no
form.
longer Benjamin Sesko. It's Benjamin Sesko. He's back. He's in. Here we go. He's got some form, and the form is becoming very scary for other teams. I feel like he's just doing it for fun now. If he starts, he's not as scary. But if he's coming off the bench, you need to be worried because
Yeah.
he's going to score. I think he's got a 90% score rate. I think coming off the bench.
looking pretty good. Feeling good going into obviously your next game.
So good. Cunha, Bruno. I'm gonna make a very brave statement right here. Bruno Fernandes is going to be breaking the Premier League single assist record in one
stays at the
season.
club.
20 assists is the current, and he's at 16 with 8 games in hand. So all he needs is a couple. He'll break the assist record. He then stays at the club. We go into the Champions League next season. We give it a good run. We go final 16 at least, and then we get another Champions League again next season after that by making top 4, and everyone's happy.
Do you think he'll stay?
Yep. Like, look, he's determined to stay at the club. Look what Saudi did. They offered him stupid money. He said no. I don't think you can offer that man any money that he'll leave. I think he'll stay at United now until he's... I think he's a very, very loyal player.
Have you heard the latest rumours?
Yeah, but Fabrizio said nothing, so I don't believe nothing. Until
Okay.
Fabrizio says it...
Would
it's-
we want
it's
him?
real. You won't
Is
get
he a
him.
replacement of Odegaard?
We cannot replace him. We cannot replace him.
How do you feel about Villa, Anthony?
The wheels have fallen the right off
They're not
for
stuck on the
Unai
rocks.
Emery's side, and if they ain't careful, they could be missing out on Europe completely. Because looking at Villa over these last, yes, they got that win against Lille in the round of 16, but their form has been disgraceful. They've
It's
had
not the
one.
same Villa from the start.
I think they're going to lose Champions League spot. I think they're going to go further down. I think they'll get a result against West Ham. I think they'll bounce back. But I
They would
think,
need a win there. I reckon
Yeah.
they'll beat Forest. But then the last 2 games, you got Liverpool at home and City away. Like, if you need to do must-win games, you need to keep your hopes in those first 6, which is Villa home, Forest away, Sunderland home, Fulham away, Tottenham home, and Burnley away. You need to keep your hopes somehow alive before you have to play Liverpool at home. Otherwise, you're done.
would you say big points lost here? That there was probably a game that they needed to, beat United because obviously
They
they were right
needed to.
behind them.
Hey,
They
you
needed
see
to. They
the man, the
needed
myth, the legend scored again. Casemiro. Another, 6-7, 6-7.
Yeah.
Oh
See,
my god.
Three
How many more does
2
he
games
get?
in a row from a corner?
Yeah.
No? Right.
We
Yeah,
are the
he's
new
on-
set piece
perform.
FC Arsenal. Get out of the way. And we are the new set piece FC.
Okay.
It's here.
We
All right,
can't defend
let's,
set pieces.
Let's.
But
Anything else to say about United, Connor?
I think we're looking really good. I think if this continues, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think you have to consider giving Michael Carrick the job. Because what he is doing right now is phenomenal. Like, it's unreal, to be honest. I didn't expect it to come from 7th and about 16 points off a Champions League spot to now being 3rd and in the Champions League spot is crazy.
we talked about this a couple of weeks back. I don't know if Com was in the interview. It might have been just me and Chaos, and we were saying if you give him the job, does he have the right tools going forward and putting United in the Champions League, the FA Cups, and going for the trophies?
He has passion.
I'm 50-50.
He has the passion there for it. I think that he can get those boys firing because he's played for United. And he can go, you know what it's like to play for this club. I know what it's like. Show the passion to play on that field or just don't play at all.
But can he do it next season? From the ground?
I think they need to give him a chance because I think what I'm seeing is signs of good. I like the play style. I like how we're playing out the wings again. Like we're playing out the wings, down to the Cunha, down to the Mbumo, run him down the wings and then shoot in the middle. And if you put Sesko in the middle, the way he's been, and you're sending them those balls in, I think he'll keep putting the balls in the back of the net.
I think he's done very well. I think since he's brought Kobe Mino into the middle with Kaza and obviously Fernandez, I think it's working. When Casemiro goes, who do you replace him with? Like, do you get a replacement?
Manu, so I would be doing personally. What I'm looking at,
young shoulders. That's a big role.
Manu and Bruno, and I'd run Ahmad as a cam. Just
what about you?
You have Ahmad, and you got everyone.
What about you, Anthony? You feel that Carrick can take Man United to the next step?
I'm being careful when it comes to Manchester United because
give me your honest opinion.
We saw this under Ollie. We saw this under Ollie. They had that bounce where they got into the Champions League and they beat PSG away.
They're not in Paris.
They were having fun. They were having fun under Ollie. And then once the wheels fell off, it took forever to get them back on. So I'm being 100% careful when it comes to Manchester United. Because you'd be like, yeah, Carrick's doing amazing, and I'm friggin' happy for the guy. Like, obviously going from Championship promotion, possibly with Middlesbrough, to going to the Manchester United job is crazy. But is he another Ollie? Like, we don't know.
Do you think he can take Man United to the next level, though?
No.
So you would say bring in a world-class
Bring in a quality manager.
Who are we going to bring in? That's the thing.
Well, you've got
Simeone? Maybe get him out of Atletico Madrid?
He's crap. Look what he's done at Atletico. He's been at Atletico for so long, and he's never been able to win anything with Atletico ever.
Well, there was.
I don't know. I think that's going to be the biggest question. And then who do you replace with the team, the guys that they? Because Matthew Delict's not going to play again. That's it. Are you going to stay with Maguire?
Well, you reckon Delict's injured?
I don't think Delict will play for United again. I think this is it.
Really?
I think, yeah. He's too old.
I think he does. No, he's younger than Martinez, I think. What is he?
He might be either too old or
only 26.
Yeah, I'm thinking of someone else. Sorry, I just don't think so. Injury prone. He's not.
Sure. Bloody Luke Shaw. What the hell is Luke Shaw done? Like he was part injured last week, and then he comes back and plays a crack over a game. Like what the hell?
Personally, my opinion is I would give Carrick the assistant. I would let Carrick help the new manager.
And we saw the same thing with Ruud. Like when Ruud Van Nistelrooy came in, he had a great run as well. Like it seems like anyone who's an ex-United player who gets a small run will do well for a while. It's quite unusual.
And then the wheels fell off.
Yeah.
I wanted Ollie, and I'll still say it. I wish that we still had Ollie because I think Ollie would have been better than Carrick.
Okay. All right. Well, good questions. Connor thinks they should. Anthony, you think not. I think not. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with United's game away to Bournemouth. Moving on. 2 games left. Liverpool and Spurs. Very disappointed not to get a result here. Like, what?
Somehow the chicken scores again. The chicken scores again.
Someone ban this man, please. Please.
Get rid of
They're still going to get smashed tomorrow, so, get some happiness. Watch the match tomorrow.
Good result for Liverpool. Bad result for Liverpool.
Bad result for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Like, if you're fighting for Champions League, you should not be losing. You should not be drawing to a side that has not scored a point in 2026.
You say that to Man City, who drew against Spurs as well. They're not an easy team to play against. Obviously, there's only one team that can beat them 4-1, but we won't talk about that. But
only one team undefeated in 2026, by the way.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's this is massive points dropped. Like even after the Wolves game, I watched a video of a Liverpool fan saying that Slot's lost the dressing room. He has not lost. I don't feel like he's lost the dressing room, but it's getting close to
Hey, what did he
meltdown.
spend $850 million to do this? To do what? The worst title defense we've seen in like 5 years? Like seriously.
I thought you were about to say all time, and then I would be like, Leicester 2017 is laughing at you.
Nah. But last 5 years, like,
it's well, Liverpool's defense in 21 was embarrassing, but that's besides the point. But it's point for Tottenham, but even Tudor even said, like, when the interviewer said, "Oh, are you happy with your first point?" He's like, "We just need to move forward."
Mm.
They're going to be moving backwards, so I don't know what they're talking about. Like
they're not going to be saying too much. I don't think they're in a very, very difficult position. Both teams behind them on 29 points. West Ham get a result against Villa and Tottenham lose. Tottenham are playing Forest. What a game! What a game!
Forest win that. Oh.
Yeah.
Forest win, West Ham win, Tottenham in the Burnley
Forest
win,
beat them.
and Wolves win.
Absolutely. If that happens, call me and I will come on specifically just to do great success. Great success.
And if Wolves win, my goodness.
Forest beat
actually no.
Last time 3-4-0. I think it was. Last time
actually no, we can't have Wolves and West Ham win in the same week. They're playing against each other.
Yeah, some big games real coming up right now. Obviously we've got some big games coming up, but we'll move over to the last game. Brentford 2-0 up. Look like it's going to be job done. They've done exactly the same thing against Burnley. Lost that lead. Wolves came back. Props to Wolves for that. Connor, your points is way up, mate. 11. They've pushed that.
Yeah.
Now
let's not talk about that.
And at 17, I tell you, I think they're going to hit that 20. They are going to hit that 20 mark.
Wolves have a mathematical chance of staying up still.
I think they're going to. Do you know? I think they're going to jump Burnley.
Yeah, but it's Burnley.
But a team that hadn't won a game all season. You look at their stats. They have lost 20 games and won 3 and drawn 8.
And what's crazy is that Burnley looked so promising at the start of the season. Like 9 games in, they were like 12. Like, how have they done this? How have they thrown this way?
But look at Burnley's run in. Like, they still have to play City. They still have to play Arsenal.
It's done.
Wolves,
it's done. Don't even talk about Burnley.
But then you got Wolves. You got relegation 6-pointers against West Ham, Leeds, Tottenham, all on the bounce. Imagine they win 3 on the bounce. Then we'll be talking about a completely different picture.
But let's not even give Wolves time of the day because I still don't. I just don't see it. I think they're relegated. Same with Burnley. Burnley. Like put Burnley and Wolves in the same division. Like seriously, like what are we gonna call it? The Premier League Championship?
The Premier. No, Wolves.
They're both just crap.
No. Wolves have actually spent more time in the Prem than what Burnley had. Burnley just do this.
Yeah, but
you've got to admit the fight from Wolves in the last 3-4 games has been astonishing.
Yeah, but their players are all going to leave when they go to the Championship because they're not going to want to play Championship football. They're too good to be playing Championship football.
No, I reckon most of those players will stay because they'll trust the process with Rob Edwards. Rob Edwards knows how to get out of the Championship.
Just the process.
Yeah, trust the process with Rob Edwards. Like, mate, if you can take Luton Town in Premier League, then anything's goddamn possible. So
I don't see it, but we'll see. We'll see.
Wolves. Hey, Webby, we can come back here in 3 weeks' time if Wolves beat West Ham, Leeds, and Tottenham back to back.
You're dreaming.
No, I'm saying if it does happen, we're going to be talking about a completely different picture, and Wolves will be 3 points behind Tottenham. Like,
yeah, but it's not.
And then you'll be.
Don't even give them the hope.
It is. Don't get me wrong. It is. It's close, but I think the gap between Tottenham and Forest at 29 points, I just don't think it's. I think it's too far away. I think if they were on about 23 and Burnley and West Ham were on 23 and they'd be 29, I think we'd be having a different conversation. I think 17 points, 20, 29, 29. Tottenham, Forest, and West Ham is very, very close. But Burnley and Wolves is very close. But Burnley and West Ham, they're 9 points in front. it's going to have to be a massive, and there are going to have to be some serious losses for these guys to do it. So I can't see it personally. I think they're out. I think they'll jump Burnley.
They're
I think
down
they'll
and
go.
out.
I think they'll get probably maybe 21, maybe, or 22, and I think that'll be it. I don't think they'll go any further. Anyway, on that note, we've got. What's happened here? Hang on.
Predictions? Oh no, this is gonna be bad. Can we just skip predictions on this? It's not gonna be good for me.
Why?
It's not gonna be good for me. I think I'm gonna get 2 points if I'm lucky.
2 points.
We'll quickly.
You don't have more points than Tottenham.
Oh, it was
quickly
shocking.
Copy this very, very quickly. Just bear with me. Let me just copy this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I need to put these in. 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go over with overalls.
Oh no.
Very quickly before we.
Maybe he's just like, no.
No, don't do it, please.
All right,
no,
so
please.
myself got 4. Keeper got 2. Kels got 3. Anthony got 3. Connor, you had a miserable week with 1. Not the best of weeks from all of us, but I'm leading with 146 points. Keeper's on 131. Nishka's on 124. Kels is on 93. Anthony's on 80. 13 points adrift of Kels. You got Sats on 44. Shez 42. RJ 24. And Connor on 39. And Hoosie on 42. Going over to match week 32. Let's go. I'm just going to type your names in. And
32. 31.
31,
and it just says on my thing that the Palace City game has been postponed.
Yeah, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. About it is technically match week 31, but we'll call it match week 32. Right, let's start off. Bournemouth and Man United. Anthony.
I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw.
Connor.
Is it? Bournemouth and United.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-1 United. Easy. 3 points. Moving on.
I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Connor, Brighton, Liverpool.
He's
muted.
So what? Brighton,
Liverpool.
1-1.
Anthony.
1-0 Brighton.
Ooh.
I'm going 2-1 Brighton. And I'll go Fulham and Burnley. I'll go 3-0. Anthony, Fulham and Burnley.
2-0 Fulham.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 2-0 Fulham. I don't see Burnley doing anything impressive this week.
I'll go back to you, Connor. Man City and Palace.
It's postponed, isn't it?
No.
It says it's postponed on
Yeah,
my
it's saying on here it's postponed.
Okay. We'll. All right. We'll. Hang on.
If I can, let me see. Yeah, back camera. There you go.
Yeah, postponed.
Okay.
It's
Because
backwards.
it's the Carabao Cup. That's why. So
Yeah.
we'll move these up. Hang on. Hang on. What have I done there? There we go. I've done that wrong. 2 seconds. Let me just sort this out. Okay. All right. That's fine. I'll sort this out anyway. But Everton and Chelsea.
I think I'm going to see an Everton upset. Everton 1-0.
Anthony.
2-1 Everton.
I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea. I think they'll win. I'm going to go Leeds and Brentford. I'm going to go 1-2 to Brentford. Anthony.
2-1 Leeds.
2-1 Leeds. Com.
Same as
Connor.
today's against Wolves. 2-2.
2. I'm going to go back to you, Newcastle and Sunderland.
Sunderland 1-0.
Newcastle and Sunderland, Anthony.
3-0 Voldemort hat-trick.
Oh, this guy. What, in the wrong box?
I'm going to go 2-0 Newcastle.
Shut up, Connor.
Villa and West Ham. I'm going to go 1-1. Villa and Newcastle. Villa and West Ham, Anthony.
This is going to be a response from Villa. I reckon 3-0.
Sweet. Neil. Connor.
1-1. It's not going anywhere near.
Tottenham and Forest.
Forest 2-1.
Anthony.
3-1 Forest.
I'm going to go 2-1 as well. 1, 2. All right. Awesome. Okay. We'll do something a bit different this time. We'll talk about the Premier League table and then we will go on to the Champions League and then we will call it. So, leading the table at the moment still is Arsenal, 70 points to Man City, 61. Now 9 points clear, but still Man City have that goal, that game in hand, and they still got to play each other on, I think, the 17th or 19th of April. Man United have now overtaken Villa after getting that win. They have now gone up to third, 54 points. Villa, 51 points, dropping further down the table and in form, out of form currently with 3 losses on the bounce. Liverpool did get an extra point, but should have got the 3 points. They are now in 49 points behind Villa in 5th. Chelsea, 1 point behind Liverpool after that loss to Newcastle. Brentford could not capitalise on 3 points, so they got 1 extra point against Wolves on 45. Everton lost, obviously, they on 43. Newcastle getting a very good win against Chelsea on 42. 1 point behind Everton. Then a point behind them is Bournemouth with another draw. That is 4 draws on the bounce. Fulham obviously getting another draw as well. A very disappointing draw. They're on the same amount of points with Bournemouth, but with literally 1 goal difference between the two, on -2 on Bournemouth and -3 on Fulham. Then you've got Brighton on 40 points. 1 point behind Fulham with that win. Then Sunderland on 40 points as well. Difference is goal difference, with Sunderland getting that loss. Crystal Palace as well with that draw on 39 points, 1 point behind Sunderland. Then Leeds on 32 with a draw as well. And then you've got Spurs 2 points behind Leeds with that draw against Liverpool and much needed point. Nottingham Forest with a draw as well, on 29, a point behind Spurs. Same amount of points between Nottingham Forest and West Ham on 29, but with the goal difference making them above West Ham. But West Ham getting that vital 1 shot and 1 goal, which they drew against Man City. Burnley getting that draw, 9 points behind West Ham, looking likely to be relegated. And Wolves getting a very good 1 point against Brentford, but still looking at getting relegated in 20th. Then going over to goals, we've got Erling Haaland on 22. Igor Thiago now up onto 19. Anton Semenyo up to 15. Dwayne Pedro on 14. Hugo Ekitike on 11. And Victor Gyökeres is now joint with Hugo on 11 goals. And then we go over to assists. Bruno Fernandes nearly close to the 20 mark on 16 assists. Ryan Cherky on 8. Erling Haaland with 7. Harvey Wilson with 6. Jack Grealish with 6, but up for the season. Jarrod Bowen on 6. And Mohamed Salah on 6 as well. Going over to the Champions League this week, we have got the last game of the week. Sporting losing at the moment to Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt in the driving seat, but they are going to away to Sporting. Chelsea getting a big thrashing there by PSG, the defending champions. They are at home. Man City are going to have to pull something out the bag, which they've never done before, with a 3-0 loss to Real Madrid. But they will be playing at home. Arsenal going into Leverkusen at home are the favourites to win that game with that draw going into it. Barcelona and Newcastle, what a game that will be at the Camp Nou with a 1-1 in the first game. And Newcastle still play very, very well in that game. Tottenham have got to pull something out the bag, but they are going at home to Atletico. Liverpool are trailing 1-0 to Galatasaray, but they are playing at home. And Bayern Munich look like they have walked the park there with Atlanta, but have no goalkeeper fit in any of that game. So it's going to be very interesting who's going to be going in goal.
Atalanta 7-0 win.
Yes. Well, on that note, let's talk about the Champions League very, very quickly. Any teams you want?
Well, yes, I'd like to say you all laughed at me, but Bodo Glimt, 3-0 up.
Yeah.
They're going to the semis. Or what is it? Quarters now? Is it? Yeah,
The
quarters.
quarters.
Going to
They're
the
going to go to
quarters.
the quarters. They're going to
Yep.
do it.
Okay, cool. Com?
Just praying for us, boys. It's the first time in my lifetime that we're going to the Camp Nou, so it's who knows. Like everyone written us off after the first leg, and we played extremely well. So if we can just play that same way, maybe nick a goal like what we did against Chelsea, we're through to the quarters, win 2-1, knock Barcelona out. Who knows? But obviously, I'll be getting up to watch that game as well.
And
Yeah,
you got
definitely.
Arsenal and Leverkusen 1-1. So you could have a Leverkusen and Bodo Glimt quarterfinal.
No.
What, you think Leverkusen will win on pens?
Yep.
Really?
Really?
Not on penalties, but I think they'll score one. We are 1-0.
What, a shock Champions League.
Yep.
God help me.
Champion League.
SJ would disband off the post if that happened.
No, I wouldn't.
Like,
I wouldn't.
comments.
I'd still run it, but no. No, favourites at home. Been very good in the home.
I'm saying to go through as Bodo, Leverkusen, not Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Barca, Munich, Galatasaray, and Atletico.
We've
I'm
seen
just trying
some
to find Man
fantastic.
United.
We've seen some fantastic comebacks in Champions League. Can City do it?
No, it's too big. 3-0's too big.
Well, who knows?
Chelsea and City are gone, and I think that Tottenham are already gone as well.
What about
Chelsea-
Liverpool? How do we
Chelsea-
feel about Liverpool? Do we feel that Liverpool can pull it back from
Nah, I think
Galatasaray?
Galatasaray might pull off the shock. Maybe.
Not with the
If
news
Osimhen
I'm
plays
seeing.
well.
Not with the news I'm seeing about there going to be no Galatasaray fans at all at Anfield.
What are we
Because of
paying?
I think it was something that happened in I think it was the game before, not the game before, but it was the game, I think it was something that happened with the against Juventus. I think Galatasaray fans away from home were like too aggressive towards the set of fans. So Liverpool Football Club have just banned them completely.
How can you do that?
So I don't know. That's the news I've seen. But there's going to be 60,000 Liverpool fans versus like 0 Galatasaray fans.
That would not be very fair at all.
All right, so
Well, it happened with Frankfurt fans at Napoli a couple of years ago.
all right.
Like
cool.
Napoli fans banned them.
Yeah, they're banned.
Yeah.
Well, we've got good 5 people tuning in. We can ask them as well. But we've got the Champions League. We'll quickly talk about it very quickly. So you've got Boda going through. Yep.
Yeah.
Chelsea and PSG.
PSG. I think everyone knows PSG are going to just wrap that one up, get one
Yep.
goal and it's done.
Man City and Real Madrid.
Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Yep. Arsenal and Leverkusen.
You already know Connor's result, but
Are you
No,
really think Leverkusen are going to go through?
I think it could be a cheeky penalty or a very cheeky goal.
I reckon not.
What do you smoke, man?
You can drink.
What do you
can drink for the
smoke
underdog.
there at
I'm going to ask
Manchester
your
United
dad
supporters?
what he thinks. Like literally, I'm so tempted to say, what does your dad think? Does he like football?
So Dad. Dad, turn around. What do you reckon? They're taking the piss here. Leverkusen versus Arsenal. I reckon the underdog. You reckon an underdog story here? It's Arsenal. They can choke any time.
Yeah.
Yep. See, it's supported. Exactly. What can go wrong? So, let's see. I reckon that with their squad, I think they'll pull off an upset. Grimaldo, cheeky goal, 1-0.
Nah,
What about you, Con?
I would love to see that, but no, I'm expecting Arsenal to go
And
through.
they're paying $10, so you know. Like,
Oh yeah, well,
$10.
You put your money in where your mouth is. Then let's see.
I'm
I
taking
guarantee you're gonna lose that $10. And then we've obviously got Barcelona and Newcastle. Can we see a big upset here from Newcastle? Connor?
Who
Nah,
knows? But
Rashford double.
oh my God, you and this Rashford, he's a has-been.
Come
See you
on,
later.
from the heart. From the heart, Tom. You're a Newcastle fan.
You said to me
Yes, I
many
did.
fucking times to keep faith in your club.
I did. Can
You
you see you
did.
beating Barcelona and going through?
It's a big
No,
game.
it's
we
not
love
it. It's not it.
we
It's
love
yes
a
or
big
no
game.
answer.
So yes, I reckon
Yes.
we will.
Okay.
Yes.
Love to hear that.
$10.50. Holy.
I think they're
Put
going to be
$10 on that.
I think
There's
they're
more
gonna
chance of, apparently, according to this, so Leverkusen paying $10.50. Real Madrid to beat the City at home is paying $6.
Yeah, pay it then. Yeah, just put your money in your mouth. Put
Real
$100 on, you win $600.
Wow.
There you go. That's a bet I'd put
Tempting.
on. I think Barcelona. No offense to you, Com. I think they're
No,
going to
it's
be too
okay.
strong for you at the Camp Nou. I honestly do.
It'd be a good night for the Newcastle fans as
Yeah.
well.
Tottenham and Madrid, Atletico.
It's gonna have to be vintage freaking 2017 Tottenham for it to be
Yeah.
a
Tottenham are not
miracle.
gonna
But
win. That's done
No.
already.
That's
but
fine.
Atletico Madrid will win 4-0 and it'll be 9-2 on aggregate.
2-9.
Liverpool and Galatasaray.
Galatasaray for the upset.
Really?
Nah, Liverpool with the home
Galatasaray.
advantage. Unfortunately.
I think Galatasaray. I think Galatasaray are going to knock them out. I really do.
See, Galatasaray.
And Bayern and Atlanta.
Bayern, Atalanta.
Bayern should go through,
But
but
they have
Depends
no
who they've
keeper.
got in
They
goal.
have no goalkeeper.
They've got
So
no keeper.
what they're gonna no. They do
have
have
no-
Harry. They do have Harry Kane.
They have Harry Kane in goal.
oh my god, bro.
Ah,
Against
this
Tottenham, bro.
all-
Imagine. Wait, is it against? No, it's not against Tottenham. Is
Ah, it's
it?
against
No.
that, no.
I was about to say, how
No.
funny would that be if Harry Kane was in goals against Tottenham and knocked Tottenham out? Now that would be scenes.
All right, guys, it's been great. Champions League is going to be fantastic. Looking forward to it. It's going to be some big games. Still some big games to go, and obviously we're going to find out straight after those who are going to be in the quarterfinal. So very, very exciting. And then also the Premier League this week, and then the Carabao Cup, which I don't think are we going to be able to make it before the next pod. Let's have a look. I don't think we are. Let's have a look quickly. Monday.
Monday.
Yes, we will. No, we won't. No, we won't.
Is it the final?
Yes.
Who's in it?
Arsenal,
much
Man
attention.
City.
Oh,
We're
Mark
not.
City. City.
Come on, who's winning the Carabao? Come.
I reckon it will be City in the final.
Oh, you
Wait.
wanker!
I trust City more at Wembley than I do Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Those who go in City Carabao final, taking it.
City.
Okay.
I reckon
cool.
City.
City.
Yeah.
City.
We're going with Arsenal.
They got to stop the treble.
No.
It's not the quadruple, you mean?
No, it's the
have to
trouble
wait
where
and
they've only
see.
got
We'll have to wait
checked
and see
once,
what
so.
happens. All right, guys. Thank you very much for jumping in, as always, for your predictions and everything. Enjoy the Champions League. Enjoy the Premier League action. Thank you very much, as always, for jumping on off the post. Feel free, if you want to subscribe, press that blue button or red button. It is free. It does not charge. And we just do it for the love. We do it for the,
Turns blue.
just a bit of fun. It's all about football. Yeah, have a great week. And enjoy the Champions League, which starts tomorrow night. And let's see if we can see some upsets. I'm sure this off the post group chat will be going off if we are starting to see them go. We'll probably do that. Yeah, every time someone scores in the Champions League, we'll just put the game.
Yeah.
And see, just keep a thread going. Thank you very much, Connor. Thank you very much, Com. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Off the post.